So I like taking hot and cold showers, especially cold showers. In the UK, the water doesn't get as cold as in Finland. So I actually I was training today and I took a shower after training, and it was like the cold just felt so much colder because it's I don't know. I don't know about the degrees in specific, so I don't have any numbers, but I think it's, a few degrees colder here, like the coldest you can get the water. So in the UK, like everything is slightly warmer by average.
How do you do hot and cold showers? I always feel like I might fall sick if I do a hot shower and then a cold shower.
I think it's quite the opposite actually. And I think that's why you should try it, because hot and especially cold showers actually improve your immune system. So I would
Yeah.
really suggest trying it out.
But doesn't it happen that if you quickly change your body temperature from hot to cold or from cold to hot, then you're prone to getting a cold? At least that's what I was told when I was a kid.
Well, it's because it's a controlled environment, it's a bit different. Because if you're and the time periods are shorter. So in a hot and cold shower, you can start out with 10 to 15 seconds cold, and then you increase the amount of seconds by 5 seconds or something every time, and your body kind of adapts to it. Well, if you're walking outside in the cold, you can't really control the amount of time that you're going to be outside, especially like if you happen to go outside and you're not wearing I don't know, a beanie or a scarf or something, and you have to walk from place A to place B. You're kind of like the amount of time that you're in the cold is out of your control compared to like being in the shower where you can just turn it on and off. um so it's kind of a controlled environment where you can gradually improve your tolerance to the cold. And then just adding the heat, just that's kind of more to get greater changes in temperature, and that's for for example, muscle recovery, where you get like an increased amount of blood flow. So once you go from hot to cold and then from cold to hot and back and forth, it just like your body has to adapt all the time, and it just flushes the muscles from toxins and whatnot.
And so, how can a guy like me start? What would you suggest?
um I would suggest basically at the end of every shower, basically turn it to as cold as it gets, and try and stay there for 10 seconds. And as I said, then after you've done it the first time, maybe you want to even like, if you want to take it really slow, do the 10 seconds for the first week, and then you increase it by 5 seconds, and then by five again. And once you get comfortable with it, you can increase it by 5 seconds every day. So that's probably how I'd get started. I wouldn't start out with putting the shower to maximum chill straight going into it, because that's really, really uncomfortable. Um,
Yeah.
so I suggest starting with trying it out at the end of the shower, where you're kind of like comfortable with the water and stuff.
So, hot shower and then end it with 10 seconds of cold water.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to do
Try
this
that out,
tomorrow.
man. It's amazing. It's like, especially in the mornings, you
Yeah.
wake up in a really different way. But
Yeah.
also, I find that I think there is evidence for um kind of suggesting that you should take a hot shower before you go to bed, because
Mm.
your body starts to cool down in the shower already, and your body cools down when you sleep anyway. So it kind of initiates the process of like going into like this sleep mode. But for me, I actually find that taking a cold shower before I go to bed actually kind of calms me down, because I'm quite prone to being like hyper aware and like hyper um and just distracted easily. So when I go into a cold shower, kind of like it helps me center myself kind of mentally. So when I go to bed, I'm quite calm. So it's that works for me. It doesn't necessarily work for everyone, but I suggest that the morning thing, I think, is a general thing that works for everyone. So